Good morning. Welcome to blustery Winnipeg. We did not get the volume of snow last night that they were predicting that we might get. And right now the weather advisory is over. And being as that we deal with the weather a little bit in the rollback, which we have, let's not talk about it now. I did come back to the model table. I actually spent quite a bit of time here last night. And in the kitchen. Okay. Why don't we just sort of roll back and see how it is we got to this place. Okay, we'll let that cool down really good, then I'll dump it out of there, and hey, we're ready to go for pizza day. Many of you will remember that I had ordered an adapter for my lathe chuck, and Lee Valley said they were going to send it on UPS, and UPS tracking said the truck was going to come by today, so I've been sort of halfway watching for it. Sure enough, I see a UPS truck coming down the street in my monitor, so I meet him at the door.
I thought I was going to have to shovel a path for you this morning. Oh, yeah. All this crazy trail. It's supposed to get worse.
I would estimate that 95% of the snow that we got this morning is gone already. However, I just checked the weather, and they're still predicting another winter storm coming. Well, I guess we'll know in the morning. Now, before I actually open this box, there's something rather important I should do here. Hey, Google. Set reminder for this Saturday, 12 noon.
All right, on Saturday at noon. What's the reminder?
Watch Jason's Table Talk.
Sure, I'll remind you on Saturday at noon.
Okay, very quickly now. What's that all about? Well, Jason at Model Kit Stuff is going to be starting a 1/200 scale model ship. As soon as he finishes his 1/400 scale Queen Mary 2. Now, I asked him which one, or did I miss something? And he came back and indicated that I'm going to have to watch the Table Talk to find out. So I'll be watching the Table Talk. It feels about the right weight. And when I shake it, it has about the right kind of rattle. Now, I haven't had anything from Lee Valley for quite a while. I used to buy a lot of stuff from them. A lot of pen stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Well, it looks good. It looks like a 1-inch thread. But are we going to be able to mate it up with this thing now? Somehow it looks different. Oh my. Oh my. Are these bolts going to be long enough to go all the way down? Because this is not recessed. Okay. Let's not get too upset here until we find out. Okay, now this is well worn, and I've used this quite a bit for this, so. Now be prepared. For the next couple of minutes, you're going to see and hear a lot of, you might say, gross stupidity going on. I don't know what was the matter with me. Well, I did eventually figure it out. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Well, that is too bad. That is too bad. I don't know if I can return this or not. It's the right size, basically. Yeah, you can see here that the unless. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, this is stuck on there. It's probably. Oh, well, maybe it will work. What am I thinking of here? No, it won't. It won't work. And they didn't provide any bolts or anything, so I was going to say if I was to, this is probably glued on with some kind of Loctite or something, because it's not pressed into anything, so it's probably just stuck on there. But I still got the problem that the existing bolts won't work unless I was to file these down. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Grind them down. I think this is I got a feeling this is very, very hard steel. So I probably wouldn't want to file, but it might grind. Well, I'm going to worry about it later. I'm not going to worry about it now. All I can do is laugh, I guess. Oh. No, that can't be right. Well, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, if I take this off, what does this look like on the inside there? You know what? I'm going to look at this all later. I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time here now. I'll just have to think about it. You know, I can't see one way selling an adapter, you know, for the stronghold chuck, and that's what this is. This is the stronghold. You know, it's not the okay. Okay, I've been looking at this thing for about 10 minutes. There is a snap ring in there, but as near as I can tell, all that happens is if you remove this gear, which on the other side would have a scroll gear to get these jaws to go in and out, I think that's all this snap ring does. I don't think it has anything to do with removing this, unless it revealed something. I opened this up from the other side, hoping that maybe there was like bolts or something right there that you could see that you unscrew and then the thing pulls out, but there's nothing. This is all one machined part, as near as I can tell. This part that I'm touching right now is the same as this part right here. So it doesn't come apart like that. Oh yeah, here you can actually see the scroll gear right there. Okay, that has nothing to do with it as near as I can tell. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a hold of One Way, and hopefully they've got somebody there that can tell me, you know, does this have to be pressed out and then this piece has to be pressed in somehow, which is something I can't do. But it should be easier than that. I mean, you would think that they would have said something on their website instead of just saying, hey, you can buy an adapter. Okay, let's, I got a lot of fiddling around to do with my turrets here, and I'm wasting way too much time here. So I'm going to just call it quits here, and we'll see you in the morning. Okay, I'm back. I just can't stop thinking about this. And I was looking at this thing and I was thinking it's tapered. You can tell by looking at it that it's tapered. It's not just slightly tapered. It's tapered quite a bit. So that means that when this gets inserted in here, it goes into a tapered fit. Now that must mean. Now I'm noticing that there's a bit of a space right here. Just a very small space, but not very much. But I was thinking, what if I was to get my screwdriver in here and sort of pry on this side and tap it, give it a sharp tap with a hammer, turn it around, and do the same on the other side, and just keep tapping, and would it tap loose and eventually come out? And then when you put the screws in, it draws it into place. I'm going to give that a try. Okay, I just can't give this up, can I? Okay, now if I hold this just right to the light there, you can see where that part, there's a bit of a space there where we can get something wedge something in between, like I was talking about the screwdriver, and then tap it. But it just, the angle was wrong. But something like this might actually work better, except that if I tap on the end here, I'm tapping on something soft. What I really need is something, an old screwdriver maybe from down in my workshop, where I can just tap right on the metal. But just for the fun of it, let's just try it. I haven't actually tried it yet, so. And there is also the possibility that it is rusted. And Train Man Dave, he'd know how to do this. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to turn the camera off, and I'm just going to keep going back and forth like that until either it's going to come or it isn't. Okay, on the last tap here, I did it probably about 10 times on each side, and the last tap, I noticed this thing moved, and it came loose. You're going to see it along with me for the first time. What is going to come out of there now? Okay. Yeah, you can feel it. This tapered fit is fitting into this tapered fit. Yeah, it's probably like a Morse taper 10 or something huge like that. Okay, I'm just going to continue on here. May as well. I don't think I forgot to put anything in. Make sure this is going to be... Okay, I'll just use my electric drill here and then I'll snug it up with an Allen key later. I suppose I should really be doing this evenly, like tightening the head on a motor. Okay. Anyway, problem solved. Problem solved. Sorry to bother you, folks. I will get back to the Iowa. Honest, I really will.
And I did get back to the Iowa, and I made some really good progress on our turrets. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay, it is morning, and we are basically done with step 31, which dealt with the ladders. And yeah, the 32 now, I think it's a case of we're going to just be placing stuff that we've already made here. I am thinking, though, that when we remove some of these ladders, we are going to find that I'm going to have to take my little brush and possibly paint underneath where the spray obviously did not get. Now, I think we could probably stick them in place and nobody would notice unless you looked at it from the back. One of the viewers was mentioning that
there was a little hair or something on one of these small arrays that's fastened onto the side. Now I had seen something too, and then I forgot to do something about it. I can honestly say that I can't see it from how I'm viewing right now. I know it's there, and I know with the macro lens you can really see it. So maybe we'll stick the macro lens back on and see if we can find that and pick it off. It's one of those little things that you just do not see unless you're looking at it with, like with a magnifying glass or the macro lens or something like that. But we will deal with it. Okay, thanks for that comment. That's the kind of constructive criticism I like to get, especially when it's worded in such a way that you sort of feel that they're not picking on you. Okay. Yeah, let's tell you what. Let's slip on our macro lens here and just have a look see and get that little piece of dust. And when I say I can't see it, I honestly can't see it. I wonder if it fell off. Could it possibly have fallen off? I don't think so. I think it got painted on there. It's there. We just can't see it. Okay. Okay, I put on my magnification hood and I found it. And in fact, right now with my medium strength glasses on, I can actually see it. That is not a hair. That is a piece of dust. I must have picked it up off of the green cloth when I was fumbling around there. I think we can get that. I think we can pick that off with a very pointy pair of tweezers. Let's just sort of recompose here a little bit. Maybe would this be the job for the super macro? Now this is a situation where we can focus best by moving the subject in and out. And I'm only going to concern myself with that little piece of dust. I'm not going to worry about anything else here. All right, now, right now I've got the lens is wide open. I'm going to stomp it down just a little bit to try and increase our depth of field. Now, I'm sort of holding the camera down here and trying not to move anything. Okay, so that will help our depth of field a little bit. Now, I might be able to also, later on in editing, sharpen it just a little bit more. We'll see what happens here. I think that helped. Okay, now, I was looking at this a while ago, and just want to make sure I don't bump anything out of alignment here. Now, I think that probably my hobby knife will be better here than a pair of tweezers. Okay, now it looks like it's a little bit, I don't know if I should try and scrape that off or not. It's maybe if I come in from the front. Okay. To that viewer, I did my best for you.
Now, I was sitting here at the computer editing out all the scenes that you have seen up until right this minute, and I hear a rattling going on at my front door, and I look over at my monitor, and I see the mailman dropping a package in my delivery box. And I thought, well, that's funny. I wasn't expecting anything. I'd momentarily forgot. Yeah, I've got something coming. We are going to have another package opening. Now, I have set Gabe's swabs out here to remind me to tell you that earlier this morning we got an email from Gabe, and he has finished the 1/200 scale figures that will be appropriate for the Iowa. And he indicated that he might be coming by early next week. And hopefully he's not camera shy. He might be, you might like to meet him. On the other hand, he might be camera shy, and he's going to hide under the model table if I press record. So anyway, as you can see here, it is really getting on this morning, and my voice is starting to go for some reason. I don't know. Is it maybe an old man thing? I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, what I do know what's going on is we want to see what's in the package. Now, I know what it's supposed to be. Oh, good. I did spell Yamato correctly. I was wondering if maybe I'd spelled it wrong. At least I think that's the way you spell it. I better check. Anyway, let me just recompose here and we'll take a nice close look. Well, what you see is what you get. I think I'm going to use that tomorrow. Now, if you will notice in the monitor in the background, it's kind of hard to see, but most of the snow that we had, in fact, almost all of it, it looks like, that we had about 5 hours ago when we started out here this morning, has melted. Could this be the last of our winter snow? Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, now, I'm not 100% satisfied with the job they did this time. I'm having difficulty seeing the rigging on the mug here, and I know the graphic that I sent them, I could see it a lot clearer. It's acceptable. It looks good, but I don't think it is quite as clear as the one on, say, where are we here? The Iowa or the Hood. It's, yeah. I know the graphic I sent them was nice and clear. No, it looks pretty good. I'm happy. Yeah, stop complaining, Ron. The main thing is that it holds coffee, right? And that it'll clunk. Let's try it. Oh yeah, that's going to work just fine. We'll try it tomorrow morning. Now, I was wondering here, when do we drop these down? And, these searchlights? Because it was way back here in step, where are we here? Yeah, in step 29 that they wanted us to make these searchlights. And so I thought, well, did I forget to drop them down here in 30? No, didn't. They're not being dropped down in 32. So it must mean that, well, I guess somewhere we dropped them down. Anyway, for our ladders, I think the best way to go with this, let me get these out of the way here, is to let gravity be our friend and sort of turn this thing, you might say, on its side, and so that the ladder can lean up against the side of the bulkhead. Yeah, maybe turn it almost all the way on its side. Why not? Maybe instead of having it facing away from me, I can have it facing towards me. I'm just gonna move Gabe here. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah, that should work really good. I just prop it up very carefully here, and then we can lay the ladders in the correct places on the sides. And I think I'll just adhere them with flat clear. I think that'll be good enough. In fact, that will be the best way to go because these ladders are all painted the 77, so we want them to stand out, right? And the flat clear won't have a lot of glinting going on like if I was to use CA glue. Okay, let's see. Is there anything we can do here at the moment? What do we got here? It's 1 o'clock. We got about an hour that we can maybe try something here. Just let me peel one of these ladders off. We'll recompose. Okay, moving from left to right. First ladder we come to is the number 52. And these are the 52s right here, obviously. Now, I'm wondering if I'm going to end up scratching the paint off. My eye just caught these things right here. I'm wondering if maybe I should get those pulled off before I accidentally mash them down. We'll put them in a safe place here. I don't know where that safe place will be, but hook them from underneath. Okay, I'm going to just push stop here for a minute and find ourselves a little tin to put these in. Okay, we're back. Now, the way the light is hitting these 52s, and it's only on the 52s, it almost looks like maybe I didn't spray quite heavy enough right down in this end of them. I can sort of see it almost looks a little bit, you might say, brassy. Okay, now we want to get these off without bending them. And also I want to be careful I don't flatten these down while I'm doing it. Normally I have the macro lens on when I'm doing this sort of thing, don't I? And you can see nice and clear. Ooh, I did. I caught this one right here. You know what? I'm going to have to number these in. I'll put these in tins that have numbers. Because I was planning to leave them on until I actually needed them. So maybe, well, actually, I don't need that many tins. There's just eight number 8s and 6 number 10s. Okay, we'll just continue on here. It is so easy to accidentally damage something while you're doing something else. Okay. Just let me push stop again. Now, speaking of sprue pins here, we got to get at that, don't we? Okay. Okay. You know, I'm feeling kind of funny about having this Yamato mug. I don't even have the kit yet. The closest I came was that metal one. And Corey's got that in Los Angeles. I wonder how he's coming with that. Anyway, I'm going to wash this out. And it'd probably be safe to use it anyway, but just the idea of it. Okay. It says made in China on the bottom, but I know it was printed here in Canada. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.